Hi, this is Jake Rossman for Digital Trends. We are here on day one of CES coverage out at the Drone Rodeo. We're at the Aerodrome, which is out in the Nevada desert, about 45 minutes from the Strip, meeting with a bunch of drone vendors, watching some drone races, and most of all, bringing you some of the best drone coverage at CES. I am joined today by Ben Kroll, who is the CEO of Skyfire Consulting. You might not see them very in the forefront of the public eye, but they are at work behind the scenes, making sure that all of your fire safety and a lot of your national and regional fire teams are all being taken care of with drones. So Ben, why don't you tell us a little bit what Skyfire Consulting does and how you're helping the public stay safe and keep fires under control?
Yeah, absolutely. So what we do at Skyfire is we go into public safety agencies, and that's fire departments and police departments, hazmat organizations across the country, and we help them identify their use cases and their missions, and we identify what equipment's going to help them the best, and we'll assist with the FAA certification process and whatever route they want to go that way, and we'll also do their training. We've got several customized training programs that we offer departments.
So what type of systems would be going on these drones that the fire teams would be using on a deployment basis?
Sure, yeah, a lot of different things. Really, obviously you've got daylight cameras, which just gives you, an eye in the sky, a picture, a different vantage point than they've been able to see before. Some of the newer stuff that we've got now, we've got thermal cameras, forward-looking infrared. We've got zoom cameras on there. We've got air quality sensors. All kinds of things are coming out right now for that.
So what are some of the roadblocks to further adoption for drones in sort of public safety, disaster response, that type of arena?
Yeah, so there are a lot of roadblocks right now. Some of it is FAA certification, and getting through that can be a little bit difficult and a little bit a kind of a barrier to entry for some folks just to understand that process and how that works. And that's one of the things that we try to do is try to educate. Politically, there's a lot of misinformation about what drones can do and what they can't do. So there are a lot of municipalities that are stepping in and just outright banning drones. So we try to advocate to municipalities to include, if they are going to have some sort of drone restriction or drone ban, we try to advocate, say, make an exemption for public safety, because public safety can really use this as a tool. It can help their community. We've seen a lot of communities benefit. We've seen lives saved ultimately from the adoption of the technology.
And so behind us here, you've got an array of drones. And from your standpoint, how do you guys talk to these agencies, and is it finding out what their needs are and then pairing that with the right drone? How do you guys go about that?
Yeah, and there's a lot of different ways that happens, but ultimately we get an agency that maybe has seen a drone on the news, or they've seen another agency use it, and they say, I think we can do that. And so one of the first things that we do is we go, all right, well, what kind of calls do you get? What are your missions? What are your use cases? And then we try to kind of marry the right technology with what would help. So for instance, you have an agency that says we do a lot of accident investigation, and we need to, we have some car crashes on a freeway, and we need to map that out. Obviously they don't need a thermal camera for that. We're gonna find the right drone that does that kind of mapping, and then incorporate the right kind of software into that. So that's kind of how that works.
And are you guys doing custom builds on these drones, or and selling them to these agencies, or do they come straight from a manufacturer?
Most of them come out of the box ready to go. With the advancements we've seen, especially over the past couple of years, you can get one of these drones out of the box. That's great for public safety. But there are some then customizable things that we like to do for our agencies, and we'll work with them on that. We have some partners that we work with that help us with that as well.
And where is Skyfire located? And if anybody wanted to get in touch with you, what would be the best way to go about that?
Yeah, absolutely. They can, a couple different ways. So we're in Atlanta, Georgia, and they can go to skyfireconsulting.com, or they can contact me at ben@skyfireconsulting.com.
Great, thanks Ben. Again, this is Jake Rossman for Digital Trends. We're here at the Drone Rodeo 2018 at the Aerodrome out in the Nevada desert. Thanks for tuning in.